Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. Today is the third day of our training, and it seems some of us are quite tired because we had a long evening yesterday. But still, I'm glad that we will start this day by talking about something informal. And another good thing that we will talk about culture. I would like to ask you, when you hear the term culture, what's the first impression, what the words come to your minds? Could you please raise a hand or just tell your opinion?
My instinctive reaction.
Thank you. Please be active because we have to wake up. Culture means for, sorry?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What do you, yes, I tell you, culture, what reaction is in your mind in the first minute, second?
Music.
Perfect.
Food and language.
Perfect.
Tradition.
Thank you.
Excuse me, what?
Tradition.
Tradition.
Who else?
The theater.
Theater, perfect. Yes.
Music from you.
Music, yes. So culture is surrounding around us, and that's why it's a very good topic to talk in the synergy of education. And today, with this presentation, I have two main things my wishes to share with you. Two questions. First one, why it is important to discuss about cultural competence and in or for education system. And another one topic is what are possibilities, what are our possibilities to raise this competence by parents, by teachers, and by all our community. I won't ask you why do you think it is important, because I already asked this question, what are your synergy with culture? So we examine that culture is all surrounding, that is around us, traditions, theater, language, and we have a lot of research that provide information as that cultural learning gives additional advantages to us, like human, like students, like people, like community. And there is information from some resource from United Kingdom company who works very systematically in order to involve culture in education system. And it shows us that cultural learning and cultural competence give us better understanding for children for math, language, and other subjects. It also develops us as citizenship. And we are able to vote, we are able to discuss, we are able to communicate more wider, more effective if we have some cultural competence with us. And it's, for me, I was really surprised that cultural competence also affect on how we are effective on the labor market, how we can change our jobs successfully. So cultural competence gives some big background that will, how to say, lead us through all life. And when we learn culture, when we are talking about cultural learning, for me, it means that we should talk about creativity. And creativity is also one of the topics in our project, in our application, that means that we need to enter 21st century skills, one of most important. And this creativity we can raise by cultural learning, and cultural learning is divided in two directions. One direction is very, how to say, formal. One will learn art, music, and create some craft. this we can learn at school. And another one direction is heritage. And this means that cultural learning that is around us, and how I as a person understand this. And this learning and this understanding, this competence can be built by some support from organizations, cultural organizations such as museums, libraries, and other ones. And now we can discuss what are our possibilities to raise this competence. Yeah, how to become more cultural. I will not stop a lot to this slide because we will have another presentation from Greece, yeah, and there will be more detailed about non-formal education, but still we can raise this cultural competence by informal, non-formal and formal education, and the best way is to have the synergy of this. So this slide also shows us the differences between those three learning types, and the main thing that I would like to stress on is the purpose of activity. For non-formal and for non-formal and formal education, the purpose of activity is to learn. When we have informal activity, the purpose is there's no such purpose. So the purpose is to live and to gain some experience, and after to get possibility to use this experience during the life period. Well, so let's talk about all of those forms and how we can raise this cultural competence. When we have child, yes, we have a lot of possibilities like parents to become teachers and to raise this competence. And I'm sure that all of you knows these tips how to do this. There's nothing new. So we can play, we can create, we can listen to the music, and we can listen to each other, we can listen to various languages. As today we speak about how to know which language, to examine which language we are talking about. And I remember one fact when we were in Germany, and we were a group of Lithuanians, and we were talking, and the German guy told us, could you please talk in Lithuanian language once more, because it sounds like a song. So language also is very important, and this talking with children is also creating our culture. How we talk with slangs or not with slangs, so it's very important, yes. Not also listening to the music, but listening how our children pronounce words, yes, and this will help later. Teachers will not let me be not true with their lessons. If we parents pay attention on how our children pronounce words, they will be lucky in the school more. Yes, we can also dance, move. So we have a lot of possibilities from simple things to create cultural competence for our children. I think that teachers in primary schools, in kindergarten, they use those things as usual. Well, and another aspect from creating cultural competence for children is to invite informal learning system into our lives. And parents and teachers also can use informal education for their cultural learning. And why is this non-formal education is so attractive way for us? Because it's not so structured as formal education. It can also create some critical thinking. It gives broad understanding of things around us, And for parents, it's a really big help with some methodological things, because we are not teachers, all of us, yes, parents. But non-formal education institutions, they have some lessons that we can attend with the children. And it's very nice because it's not, usually it's a very informal atmosphere. There is no, how to say, there are no very strict rules. We are individual. We have possibility to create. We have possibility to be not right. So we are very flexible in the non-formal education place. Well, so what are my experience and my suggestions for our society, how to integrate non-formal education for cultural learning? So we can be prepared for some Christmas or some other events in our lives by going to some non-formal lessons together with our children and creating, for example, Christmas straw toys, creating some pies or any other things to eat. We can decorate home and create Christmas cards and do various other things. Let's move your imagination and browse on the internet about non-formal lessons in your countries, and you will find various tips for you. Another aspect that I also examined this year is very nice to celebrate birthdays in some non-formal places. And my experience this year was that I also wanted to celebrate my birthday not traditional, and I invited my guests, not only children but also other people, to National Museum, and it was medieval. It was excursion and some program Medieval Vilnius. We were divided in some groups. One of group were artists, another one were shoemakers from leather, and goldsmiths. And we had various tasks for us to do, and in the end we prepared something for us. And sorry, I don't have to. This picture in the corner is my shoemaker gift for me. So it was very nice. We were attractive, we were interactive, and we now, when we gathered together, we have plenty of things to discuss and to remember. Another my experience was with my daughter. She plays piano, and she also had her birthday. She had 15 years birthday, and I wanted to do also not traditional, and that she can remember something. And I saw that National Philharmonic House has excursion, and I asked her if she would like to go. She said yes, it would be very nice, and we went. We went 15 people, and 6 children, and another part were adults. And this lady, and it also was very nice. We have possibility to hear repetition of the National Orchestra, sorry, and it was very yes, it was new expressions for all of us also. But what is interesting, for both types, also in the National Museum, also in this Philharmonic House, I was the first one who ordered such service for birthday celebration. And this in the National Philharmonic House, the lady was over 75 years, and she said, yes, you are the first one in all my career that came with such purpose. And in one of the halls, we sang celebrating songs to my daughter. So I'm sure that she will remember this birthday for her life. And yeah, so we have possibility to integrate this non-formal education in our lives, and in such type to build some cultural competence for our children. Yeah, and here are also online resources I strongly recommend for you, for teachers, to enter and to get those topics for your children learning. I will share slides. Well, and the last thing and possibility to raise the competence, cultural competence for children, is to have professionals from culture field in our schools. So I strongly recommend for teachers, for parents, to ask schools administrative to invite specialists from culture field to schools, to come to have some discussion, lesson, or other activity. And when specialists, when experts come to school, we can have very good results, very good practical results for school when we have when we solve some problem, for example. And here are some pictures how designers, artists were working together with school community, and they renovated gymnasium canteen. Here you can see the final result. Another one picture and also product of such type of cooperation is students' exhibition Please Sit Down. So they created some place to sit and to relax, and everything is how to say, integrated into school surrounding. Yeah, and this is one more exhibition, light exhibition. It's also students works together, jobs created together with artists. Well, so in conclusion, I would like to say that cultural competence gives us wide understanding of how to create our lives, how to solve problems in more creative way, how to find decisions in non-traditional situations. And our possibilities are to be active as parents, as teachers, and to use resources that are around us. Well, so it's all that I wanted to tell for you for this morning, and I hope you will find some ideas for your lives. So please be active. Please take culture in your personal lives and bring to your school. Thank you very much.